This is the Blue Man Group. This is the Blue Man Group. This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group. This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group. This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group.
This is the Blue Man Group.
Hello, everybody. My name is Ron Ecstasy, and this is Blue Men Group. It's a podcast that you listen to. I'm joined with my good friends, Devin and John.
Yeah.
Yo.
It's a
Hi.
podcast.
It's a podcast. Okay, before we get to compliments, quick question.
Yeah.
If you had to rename the medium podcast, what would you call it?
Ooh. That's not a good question at all. I hate
Not a good
this.
question.
Yeah, that's like a bad opening. We all like scratch our heads for like 20
For
minutes.
a few
I
minutes.
just like broadcast. I guess it's not a broadcast.
But they called it podcast because of the iPod.
Right.
Oh yeah, that we need to ditch the pod part.
Yeah,
I would call it a
right?
closet cast. You know how
Okay,
like when you read
closet
plays, instead of seeing them live, and you call them like closet plays?
What?
A narrow cast.
Narrow
Opposite of
cast.
a
That's good.
broadcast.
Okay, well, let's move on. Maybe that was a terrible way to start the show. Again, my name is Ron Ecstasy, and Blue Men Group, we like to start out with a section called Compliments, where we compliment each other. So I will begin. Devin, I was just complimenting you, actually, before we started recording, but God damn it, I don't know what to say. Your energy. Your energy is just
Oh, man.
spectacular.
Thank you. Thank you.
John, you make really good coffee.
You said that last week.
Did I really?
Yeah.
I like your mustache.
You
There we
make
go.
good espresso.
Yeah, an espresso. Tea.
Thank you. Ron, you're extremely chipper today, almost as if you're on some sort of getting some kind of chemical boost from an outside source, but I know that's not true. You're just
Coffee.
naturally effervescent. Devin, you're the opposite. You're like some kind of, a morphine drip.
Yeah, a sloth.
Keeping me low, keeping me nice and
Low and slow.
biting the edge off of Ron's high.
Right. John, your mustache and sideburns are looking very good.
Yeah, true. The
styles
sideburns.
evolving.
Thank you.
Yeah, the sideburns bring it together.
Thank you.
And Ron, you're decked out in multiple items of Detroit gear
Yeah,
with a
true.
Red Wings hat and a Detroit t-shirt. So you're
Yeah.
repping the city.
It's a
I feel like,
Pistons
was there an
shirt.
episode of The Simpsons where Mr. Burns thought that a mustache was called sideburns?
No. The guy removed his sideburns, but then he insisted that he continue to remove hair until like he had a shaved
No way.
mullet kind of thing.
Right,
Nice.
right.
Well, that's cool. Welcome to the Simpsons podcast. Now we are just discussing random episodes from The Simpsons. If you're just
Before we
joining us.
record and after we record, there's a conversation happening about The Simpsons.
Yeah, it's true. But yeah, okay. Well, that's the compliments part. I did not prepare, and I apologize. And the reason I didn't prepare is because tomorrow is my birthday, and tomorrow, meaning today, when you're listening to this, I don't know, whatever. Whenever you're listening, it's my birthday, and that is why we're going to do This Week in History for my birthday.
March 12th edition.
March 12th, 1938. In Europe, Nazi Germany's troops march into neighboring Austria.
Oh god.
Next day, Adolf Hitler annexes his homeland. Austria remains part of Nazi Germany until the final days of World War II.
Happy birthday, Ron.
Fuck.
Yeah.
Well, that's
Any
not
comment? Do you want to make any comments? Was that your birthday wish?
good. No. So I do not stand for anything that Adolf Hitler sits for or whatever stands for. Or
You don't
I don't
stand
sit-
together.
I sit when he asks me to stand.
yeah, exactly. And where I stand is where I sit. Who said that? That whatever.
Martin
So, okay. Adolf Hitler. I guess we have to talk about him. Originally from Austria, that is true.
Fact checked, cleared.
Fact check cleared. He is, yeah, Austria is, if anybody is looking at a map or your globe, it's right below Germany. John, I believe you said to me once.
I like to think of Austria as Germany's Germany.
Yeah, what is more German thing than Germany?
Austria.
Austria is the answer.
Yeah.
German.
It's a weird place. I've been to, I was in Austria for about 20 minutes. So I don't think I really saw much. I was like near Zugspitze down in southern Germany, right on the border of Austria.
Yeah.
Train spitter.
I think I was there for 20 minutes once as well, or actually overnight in Austria, but like at one of the corners.
Yeah, a corner of Austria. Yeah, so that's like obviously where young Adolf probably lived or grew up or something like that. But I was also reading that in 1913, Hitler, Trotsky, Tito, Freud, and Stalin all lived in Vienna.
Really?
Yeah. What
Isn't
an
that
intersection.
fucked up?
It was the Brooklyn of that decade.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
something extremely weird is going on with Austria, and I think that there's something in the air. I've always thought, like, just thinking about my own birthday, and like I don't really want to know. I haven't asked my parents like where and why I was conceived. I don't think there was a why, but I'm sure there was a where, and
Yeah, and a how.
and a how. Yeah, well, I think it involved both of them. I know that, but I've just always kind of wondered about like Adolf Hitler's parents, like that something they fucked, right? And like
Presumably at
something-
least once.
yeah, something happened. They had this little boy, and he turned out to be a terror in the whole world. I'm just like, I think that the night of his conception was probably, I don't know, it's not good. It's not good. His dad can't be a good guy.
Right. Hitler's dad, certainly not.
No.
Yeah.
Hitler's dad was definitely like probably a very imposing figure.
I don't think he was around much or something. Was he an
9 months
absent
before
father?
April 20th.
On a cold, dark night, Adolf Hitler was conceived somewhere in rural Austria.
Yeah, in like a stinky house, like in the upstairs, and it's like damp. And like and it's not it's dark and damp, and it's like late at night, and it's like
Right.
they ate like tons of sausage earlier in the
Tired,
day.
yeah, they're gassy.
They didn't take
Beer,
the trash
sausage. Yeah. Yeah, it's trash
Trash can's,
day
like,
tomorrow.
full.
Yeah.
It's trash day tomorrow, and nobody's cleaned up.
I'll take out the trash later.
Come here, I love you so much. Then they
It
conceive.
stinks. He burps.
Yeah, just like more burpy sausage, beer, lager, Vienna lagers. They've had like so many Vienna lagers throughout the day. They're all bloaty, and then they somehow, I don't know how they set the mood exactly, but then something happened. Something happened, and then like the stork flew through the room at the time.
Soundtracked by like just like the sound of wind, beating up against the side of the house, and
Like howling wind trying to scare them off.
yeah.
Like nature is trying to like prevent it from happening any way it can.
What is
There's like wild dogs like pawing at the door, like howling.
There's bears and coyotes all like
Yeah,
There's like
surrounding the
hawks
place.
trying to like get into the flue of the fireplace, like trying to like stop it somehow.
so hold on. This is I just looked up what is 9 months before April,
Thank you.
and that would be July.
So it's like
so it's like
also.
a hot summer night, a hot breeze
sweltering.
coming
The
in.
trash is getting all smelly.
Yeah.
There's like flies buzzing. There's like a whole cloud of flies pounding at the window.
Yeah, and again, like 4 p.m. At 4 p.m., it seemed like a good idea because it was so warm, and like to have a bunch of Vienna lagers and be like, yeah, whatever, it's so nice. I'm gonna have a few.
Yeah.
And then it just turned by like 9 o'clock. It's like too much, and you're like, oh, it's still so hot out. I'm so thirsty. And
Yeah,
your mouth is
They just
Adolf
keep having
Hitler's
more
dad's
beer.
mouth is just dry as fuck.
Right.
He has like a beer shit like sometime in the early evening, like where it's like still really warm, like it's still like 30 degrees Celsius outside, and then, like
Yeah.
Stinks up the whole house.
yeah, it's just really.
And then like again, like sometime during that day, they decided like let's
And then
Let's do this.
Yeah, poor like Greta Hitler or whatever, his mom.
Mrs. Hitler. Like, oh,
Yeah. We could
Anyway.
go on. We could get into some of the finer details, but maybe we should just move on.
But yeah,
I
happy
think we should
birthday,
just-
Mark.
Oh yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, we should move on. That's not. We've talked about that too much, but
It's a good like birthday commemoration speech, like talk for
Yeah,
your
yeah.
special day. It's March 12th in history. Hitler's in the
Exactly.
news.
yeah, and it
Yeah.
kind of it recenters my own birthday. It kind of
Right.
brings it to the forefront.
Which was the opposite of Hitler's birthday in every or birthing
Yeah,
experience in
it
every
was-
conceivable way.
It was just
cold.
pure light. Your parents
ice
smelled
cold.
incredible. They were
Yep.
There's no
clean.
smell.
They were showered.
Yeah, they had just had like a really kind of like fresh, locally grown veg for dinner.
Yep.
You know, it's just a little olive oil, a little salt, pepper.
Oh,
you know,
Right,
Yes.
yeah. Also
Al dente.
grain salad.
Yeah, and
Yes.
then, you know, anyway. we
And
could
then
go
I
on,
was
but-
born. All right. Well, Adolf Hitler, I'm not going to say thank you. You're a bad man. I don't like anything you do, and I'm glad you're dead. Let's move on.
Yeah, okay.
All right, everybody. That brings us to our next segment. What's in the news? All right. So the things that are in the news.
It's a big week for the news this week.
Oh my God.
These
The
stories
news-
are huge.
Yeah, the news did not stop this week. Okay.
Yeah.
No,
So
it never does.
No, it never does. But we had some we were in the writer's room earlier this week. We just finished our bag lunch that was that was packaged for us by my mom and
Mark's mom made us tuna salad.
Yep. And we just, put our nose to the grindstone and waited on that AP wire to send us some news. And this is actually not from the AP wire, but this is a local story to Detroit for John and I. And it takes place on the U.S.-Canada border. So the border between Michigan and Ontario.
Border.
Yeah, border. So
Border story.
the headline is, man using submarine to smuggle drugs across Detroit River sentenced.
Damn.
Okay, wow.
They finally got him.
That's impressive. Let's
Yeah.
hear more about the submarine.
This is sort of like before we start, this is sort of like a sister story to the Scottish guy who
Yep.
rode a jet ski to the
Jet
Isle
ski.
of Man
Yeah.
Yeah,
and smuggled
Isle of Wight.
himself.
Wasn't
Isle
it?
of Wight?
Or no, it was
it
Isle of
wasn't.
Man. I messed that up.
These are
doesn't-
internationalists. These are global
Yeah.
citizens.
Yeah.
These are aquatic internationalists. These
Yes.
are like, yeah.
Well, Devin asked, he said, let's learn more about the submarine. Guess what? There's no information about the submarine
Oh.
in the actual article, which I do also want to know more about the submarine, but
Lazy journalists not doing the most interesting part of the story.
Yeah.
I
wanna
know,
I want to see like the blueprints for the thing.
I agree. So this is what you need to know about this guy. His name is Glenn Richard Mousseau.
Okay.
He's from Canada, which is a massive country, so I'm assuming he's from Ontario. He was pulled over May 10th while driving a U-Haul truck on St. Clair Highway in China Township, Michigan. Mm-hmm. Wait, what? Okay, so then deputies from the St. Clair County Sheriff Office found a large plastic package in the truck, and Mousseau said he didn't know who it belonged to. The package contained
Classic
$97,060 in U.S. money.
I have no idea whose that is.
Yeah, what? Oh, that's a lot of money. That's a shitload of money. And then so agents from Homeland Security interviewed Mousseau later that day, and he said that he entered the U.S. illegally. He told them he directs a smuggling organization that moves money and drugs between Canada and the U.S. He just let it all
He
out.
just completely confessed to it. Yeah, that's so surprising. But he didn't know he didn't know whose money it was.
Weird, right?
He did confess to crimes. That he did.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
though
very weird.
I did all of the crimes pro bono. I don't know where the money came from.
Yeah. So he said he told the agents that he gives GPS coordinates to someone in Canada, and the person crosses the river in a submarine.
Very cool.
Mousseau.
So a second party. So we don't know who is the submersible.
The submersible has not been apprehended.
Yeah, well, the owner. So Mousseau said he's the owner of a submarine that was seized by Border Patrol in April from Zug Island in Detroit. If you should look that place up, it's one of the most polluted places in the United States of America.
Yeah. Insane.
I was gonna say using a submarine in the waters around Zug Island.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah, hopefully it's like a lead submarine.
A friend and I drove near Zug Island, and we saw a seagull eating another seagull.
Classic.
Oh my.
Yeah. So according to authorities, on June 5th, 2020, Border Patrol agents observed a vessel carrying Mousseau across the international boundary from Canada into the United States. The vessel fled when the Border Patrol agents attempted to stop it. After trying to stop the vessel, agents said they saw two large bundles being thrown into the water. While approaching the bundles, agents said they saw an unconscious man in the water. He was later identified as Mousseau.
Oh.
So this is weird because I just read two different articles. So one, that is from March 3rd, and then the one from June 9th seems to indicate that he was driving a truck and he got caught.
That's weird.
Yeah, weird.
And then this other article from the same source, by the way, this article says that he was in the
He was apprehended
submarine.
in the water.
Interesting.
That's really bizarre. Do you? Something's going on here.
Something is
Something's
afoot.
Yeah,
Something's
they're
afoot.
changing the story.
Yeah, this is all alleged. I feel like Mousseau innocent.
Yeah.
Mousseau innocent is my.
Mousseau.
He doesn't know whose money it was, so it
Yeah,
can't
That's
be
true.
exactly.
Yeah, I believe him on that.
I'm 100% on his side.
Yeah, so they
Is he a
said
francophone, Mousseau? He's from
Mousseau
Canada?
is that would be a French name.
He's
Potentially
from Windsor.
a Franco-Ontarian.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Potentially.
Maybe he's like the Canadian version of like, the French Lupin, the like gentleman thief.
Oh,
Maybe
yes,
he's like the
yes.
Canadian version.
Yeah, we need
Ah.
to respect his artistry.
He's a gentleman thief.
The sort of,
I
like,
was
gambling-
unaware.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was completely unaware that he was a gentleman
A
thief.
gentleman thief.
I apologize, Glenn.
But like Canadian style, so
He's
it's
kind
like
of
a
like
little
a
rougher around the
Genet.
edges.
He's a philosopher thief as well.
Yeah.
So I'm trying to look for images of our friend Glenn here.
Image result number 10 for Glenn Mousseau on Google Images is a picture of marijuana leaves.
Yes.
Oh, nice.
And there are it looks like his mugshot. But I have to subscribe to see that. And
You have to subscribe to get the mugshots.
yeah, and then this one the photo of him that I found on Google and then tried to click on is no longer available. So
Something really weird is going on with this case.
Yeah.
yeah, let's keep an eye on this because I would like to know what the hell's going on.
Yeah.
But
In 2
I
weeks,
think,
Mousseau will be on the pod. We'll be able to interview him directly.
yeah, he'll be a guest. I'm really, again, like as I think all are. They really submerged the lead because I would like to know more about the submarine.
I know.
And
Is it,
why
like,
he was
homemade?
found unconscious as well.
Yeah, what is going on? All right, I'm getting scared now. I think
It'd be
someone
funny if
just
it was
knocked
like
at my
a,
door.
Oh, really?
No, I'm just kidding. But
Getting in too deep.
I hear helicopters outside too.
Yeah.
Let's move on to another
Like
drug-related.
bubbling and splashing in the nearby river by my house.
Yeah,
Yeah.
There's submersibles breaching.
let's take it over to Ohio. Devin, is that where you want to go?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, let's take it over to Ohio. Spin your globes
Yeah.
a little bit.
About quarter of a centimeter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just do a full 360 and then a little
Stop it.
more.
And
than
then
a
one
360.
361 degrees.
Yeah. So this one also has some weird geography in it.
Yeah, this
So
one came onto our Ohio desk this week.
Yes, John. And by the way, that desk is in Ohio, and John had to drive down there and pick up
Get it.
the paper
Yeah.
to see what was down there. So that's what we do during the week. We send our correspondents, John and Devin and I. We drive all over the world and look for these stories. So headline here, and this is off the AP Wire. Customs inspectors find cocaine coated in cornflakes in Ohio. So customs...
cocaine-coated cornflakes rather than cocaine coated in cornflakes.
Oh, sorry. Yes. Cocaine coated cornflakes.
Like it's getting ready for a deep fry.
John, can you please say that? Can you say that?
What is it?
Cocaine coated cornflakes.
Cocaine coated cornflakes. Cocaine coated cornflakes.
Devin?
Tricky.
Cocaine coated cornflakes. Cocaine coated cornflakes.
Cocaine coated cornflakes.
Yeah.
Cocaine coated cornflakes. In Cincinnati. Cincinnati's corn coated cocaine flakes. Okay, so customs authorities in Ohio, which I don't know, Ohio doesn't really border any. I don't think Ohio borders Canada.
I think a small section of Ohio does.
Yeah, that's true. Sandusky, there's like an island in Lake Erie. Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe it's like Lake Erie things. But this is also Cincinnati, which is landlocked next to Kentucky. Customs authorities in Ohio say they intercepted a shipment of cereal earlier this month with a special frosting. Cocaine. U.S. Customs Border Protection officers in Cincinnati reported finding 44 pounds, that's 20 kilograms, of cocaine-coated cornflakes that had been shipped from South America to a Hong Kong home.
How did it get to Ohio?
Exactly. Another what the fuck is going on
What is
here.
going on in the news this week?
Yeah, really weird stuff.
Wait, let me read. So it's customs confiscate cocaine-coated cornflakes in Cincinnati. That's the headline.
Yes.
Yeah.
Customs confiscate cocaine-coated cornflakes in Cincinnati.
Nice. Nice.
En route to
So
China.
officials said a narcotics detection dog named Biko
Nice.
was checking out incoming freight from Peru. Okay, so maybe it's like some sort of... But why would it... Oh, I'm not even... Okay, on February 13th, when he alerted officers to the package, officers found that the cereal contained white powder. Yeah, it's called sugar. And the flakes were coated with a grayish substance. Sugar. Both tested positive for cocaine, actually. So not sugar.
There we go. So we did. Yeah.
Cincinnati Port Director Richard Gillespie, also known as Dick, said smugglers will try to hide narcotics in anything imaginable. Yeah, no shit, man. Using their training, intuition, and strategic skills.
I like the intuition.
Oh,
highlighted
inspectors.
there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
inspectors are going to use their intuition or something. Yeah, so this is such a weird art. There's like no information really.
Yeah. Yeah, again, and then these weird news stories are so often about weird drug busts.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I feel like maybe some of them are just straight up made up. Yeah.
Yeah, this
I
one
know.
feels made up.
Yeah.
Because it's like 50 pounds of cocaine cornflakes getting shipped to one guy's house in China.
Yeah.
The dog. Apparently, the article makes it sound like the dog was working alone.
Biko?
Ego.
Yeah. Biko was
And then
doing the midnight shift.
The most confounding thing to me about this story is that it's like, how would you separate once you coat cornflakes? That's so many like individual cornflakes to try to like get the cocaine off of.
It makes no sense. Unless there's some convoluted, I'm sure there's some convoluted chemical mechanism through which it can be separated, but
Yeah.
why? Why
Right.
are you doing that?
Maybe this is like intra-department feuding between like the CIA and the ATF or whatever.
Yeah. I kind of feel like,
Like this is a CIA shipment that got picked up by like a different department and they're like screwing them over.
yeah,
like, whoops.
for sure.
So this is also I did some I just went back and back links, and it's the article from AP is essentially just identical to the U.S. Customs Border Protection Agency's
Press release?
Press release.
Yeah. Yeah. So there you go.
Yeah.
Yay. U.S. Customs and Border Protection wrote this story.
Yeah, exactly. That's true.
Yeah.
And AP
One of our
has
many sources.
branded it as their own. But the one thing is that they include some sort of picture here. and I don't know. It doesn't look like cornflakes at all. So it just looks like powder that doesn't.
Yeah.
It looks
Yeah.
like dirt.
It looks
The
like
whole,
dirt and like
this whole
rocks.
story is not real. I don't think it's real.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
Chicago field operators. Wait, I thought they were in Cincinnati.
yeah. It says Chicago Field Operations, Cleveland area, Port of Cincinnati.
Whoa.
Wait, is
What
this a
is
Chinese
that?
story where they're like Chicago, Cleveland, and Cincinnati are all the same place?
Yeah.
So I feel
It's-
like we found now 2 stories about drug busts over the border that are probably not real, or
Not
this-
all what they appear to be.
Yeah, at least, yeah.
Yeah, I have no idea, but I was going to speak about the creation of cornflakes, something that I'm completely fascinated by. But
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
don't-
Let's take a quick detour. Ron,
Okay.
tell us about the history of
Well,
cornflakes.
Can I just say before we do that, listeners, spin
Yes.
your globe another
Yes.
quarter of a centimeter back to where we were.
Yep.
Yeah,
We're going back to Michigan.
back to Michigan. Now,
Yeah.
Ron, we give you the floor.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Yeah, so this is just kind of a curiosity of mine is the fact that what I think is amazing about cornflakes. Okay, this is the thing. They're like everywhere. You can get cornflakes in Germany. You can get them in the UK. They're I mean, like white nations or whatever have cornflakes. I don't know what's going on. No, they're in Japan too. You know, they're elsewhere. But I think it's crazy because they grew out of a religious movement.
Yeah.
And it was like
The
religious food.
Calvinists.
The Seventh-day Adventists, actually. So,
Oh, there we go.
which I'm sure are some sort of Calvinist offshoot or whatever. But in Western Michigan or like Central Michigan, there's a place called Battle Creek in the state of Michigan, and there were these brothers, William and John Kellogg. So the cereal was originally made from wheat, was created by William Kellogg in 1894 for his brother John. John Kellogg wanted a food that would be healthy for the patients of the Battle Creek Sanitarium in Michigan, where he was the superintendent. So I drove up to the Battle Creek Sanitarium. It's like a big giant office building or something now. But back in the late 1800s, I guess it was like quite the spot for rich Americans and that kind of stuff to go, smarten up or whatever. What do you do at a sanitarium? It's like when you go, you're like not feeling well, so you go to a
They do
sanitarium.
experiments on you, right? It's like for people who are like mentally in like deficient of some kind, especially
Yeah.
back then.
Well, I
And they would
read
just
that like
lock you in and like have you stare at the window.
oh, okay. Well, I read that Abraham Lincoln's wife was like, I'm having a fit of hysteria. I need to go to
Right.
Battle Creek. It was like stuff like that.
Right.
So the breakfast cereal proved very popular among the patients, but Will Kellogg wanted to add sugar Maybe
Huge
cocaine.
rift in the family.
to increase the popularity. He knew.
The
John
future's sugar.
Kellogg did not approve of this. So Will Kellogg started his own company, Kellogg Company, to produce the flakes for the wider public. And then he got a patent for that in 1896. So, okay, cornflakes are just popping off, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then this other guy in Battle Creek as well, C.W. Post, okay? He started to make his own rival. Now, if you are familiar with breakfast foods in America, Post is like Kellogg's biggest rival, probably.
Yeah.
So they're still going. They're still at it, and they're still both made in Battle Creek, Michigan. This is truly Cereal City. So Kellogg continued his experiments with various ingredients and different grains, and then in 1928, he started to manufacture Rice Krispies, another successful global cereal. So all that comes out of Central Michigan, this weird little place.
I love
filled
at
with
the end of the
Seventh-day
19th
Adventists.
century, it was just sort of like pick a grain, put sugar on it, and then start a huge company.
Yeah,
They
I
made
know.
wheat flakes, then corn flakes, then rice.
Yeah, it's pretty nuts.
It's a very also derivative business. They're all in the same town, and they're all just doing the exact same thing.
Yeah.
I know. It's Michigan's good for one-trick pony industries, and
That everyone copies, yeah.
yeah, and then sends them out to the rest of the world. But I don't know. I haven't had cornflakes in years, but I do like them. I guess I like when they have the sugar on the outside.
They're much better with the sugar.
Yeah. So I just wanted to include that, just little history of Battle Creek, Michigan's cereal history.
Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome.
So maybe this person who was smuggling the cornflakes coated in cocaine was just a young upstart entrepreneur in like the spirit of John Kellogg.
Yeah, they're trying to stop him, but he wants to make cocaine cornflakes.
Medicinal cornflakes.
Which is also like a very 1890s idea.
Very.
Yeah, totally.
Especially like a sanitarium cereal.
Yeah, when they didn't mention the name of the person who was arrested, but what if they're like they announce and the mugshot is like a guy from the late 1800s, and it's like a guy named what's like a good 1800s name?
G.K. Chesterton.
Yeah, Chesterton. Yeah. G.K. Chesterton arrested for cocaine cornflakes. So that's good. Let's start eating breakfast cereals again, America. Let's do that. All right, let's we just have a little PSA. Actually, we're moving on from cornflakes. We have a little PSA that I want to we're not being paid or anything like that by this, but just take your globe again if you can and find Washington State. It's up in the far northwest corner of the United States of America. Look for Seattle, okay? That's the major city up there. Now I want you to go north. I want you to go, I don't know, about 30 miles north. That's 48 kilometers. Do you see Whidbey? That is Whidbey, Whidbey. It's an island. Mm-hmm. Do you see it, Dev?
I see it. Yeah, I see it.
I have located Whidbey on my globe.
So if you're still looking, it lies between the Olympic Peninsula and the I-5 corridor of Western Washington. Maybe you see the Naval Air Station, Whidbey Island. Maybe that's easier for you to see.
Mm-hmm.
I just want to say that there is an issue here. Please stop dumping beer cans in the bushes. Received note from a volunteer for the Ebby's Landing National Historical Reserve named Louis Ferrer.
Yeah.
And I would like to read their letter here. It says, I'm a volunteer, and I have regularly taken care of the beautiful prairies wayside on Engle Road just outside of Coopville. I am asking that whomever is dumping their empty beer cans in the bushes to please stop it. It is very difficult for me to reach that far into the wild roses, berries, and brush.
Yeah.
I wish whoever is doing this, which seems to happen every night, would dump their cans by the picnic table. I do not mind picking up trash to keep that little spot clean. Unfortunately, there is no garbage can. It is a shame that some people do not have any respect or appreciate the beauty of these public spaces. Please do not be a litter bug.
Yeah. So,
Seriously, guys. I mean, come on.
You heard it.
We really have to stop.
No more dumping beer cans.
We all like to have fun, drink a couple beers. We all like to have fun with beer. You know, pull a Bruce Springsteen maybe. Go out to the Edby's Nature Reserve and crack a few cans.
But when you're on Whidbey Island,
please stop.
Yeah, when you're on Whidbey Island and you're drinking beer, that's fine. But when you're done drinking out of the can, don't just throw it in the bushes, okay?
Yeah.
Yeah. Seriously. So I can't believe it. And it's happening every night.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's
really not cool.
Just put the cans by the picnic table. And then it's like, it's so fucking annoying because like Engle Road,
I mean,
like Engle Road right outside of Coopville.
Of course, right out of Coopville, of course.
Yeah, let's see, Engle Road, Coopville,
I know Coopville like the back of my hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
of
Prairie
course,
Perks.
Engle Road, of course.
Okay, I'm seeing there's Coopville High. There's the Prairie Perks. That's a coffee spot.
Go
I think.
Jayhawks.
Yeah, go Jayhawks. That's right. listen, all I'm thinking about is why don't we maybe do a bit of fundraising? I don't think it's going to be
as
that
a class,
difficult.
I think we could do it.
Yeah, as a class, I think
As
we
a
can
classroom.
do just a bit of fundraising to get a garbage can.
installed. I mean, it really
Yeah.
wouldn't cost that much.
Yeah, just somebody bring an old garbage can down to the bushes on Engle Road.
And maybe a sign.
It's not that hard.
It's really not that hard.
I'm looking like
I mean, you'd think that just a letter to the editor in the Whitby Times would be enough, but
Yeah.
right.
unfortunately, some people they just don't care.
That's not the society we live in, where just a letter to the editor in the Would-Be Times can actually solve a problem like this, unfortunately.
No, we need
Unfortunately.
to like signal boost, and that's what we're doing here for Louis Fair is to. So it turns out that the really good outdoor garbage cans are super expensive.
It
So
does seem that way.
doesn't seem like we're going to be getting a good one because those are like $400. But I do think that we can get an outdoor garbage can to send to Whidbey Island. We can just get it shipped there. Okay,
Yeah.
they're all very expensive. Okay, this is like $25. I'm willing to spend 25. All right, now we're getting down to $10. That's good.
Oh yeah.
Well, it needs to be
Yeah.
a little heavy because otherwise it's just going to blow into the Puget Sound.
No, you
Yeah,
could
that's
use
true.
like a cinder block at the bottom.
That's true. So we'll
But then
just
you can't
order a
dump
cinder
it.
block and we'll order a trash can and we'll have it shipped to Edby's historic natural preserve. And
Yeah.
then someone there, I'm sure, will just put it in the right spot.
I think I know who, Louis Ferrer.
Yeah, right.
So this is something if you're interested in working on this project of getting an outdoor garbage can for Louis and our friends who are drinking beer at the Eby's Landing National Historical Reserve in Whidbey Island in Washington. Please join me in the Discord, the Ron Ecstasy News Network Discord, in the Blue Men Group podcast area, or you can write us a letter and let us know how you feel at P.O. Box 21249, Detroit, Michigan 48221. So yeah, this is something we would love to work with you on, and we're going to be keeping an eye on this. And I hope to get in touch with Louis and help out the situation here on this island.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, everybody. We have
What
a
a
new
huge news week.
Yeah, this is massive news week, John. I agree. I think I was about to say a new segment, but this is not a new segment. This is a fan favorite.
Yes.
Ladies and gentlemen, the hero of the week.
Oh yeah. We're back to
We're finally
the
back.
original version.
Yes.
Yeah, Dev, do you want to set this one up for us?
Yeah. So this is a really interesting story about an interesting guy. But first, maybe I'll read the headline, and then we can show a little of the video clip to get some of the audio in there. Stuntman soaks in bean dip for 24 hours to save favorite restaurant.
Right
Oh,
off the top, it's so clear what's going on in this story.
What?
I'm just saying. It's
Oh,
clear.
oh,
I mean,
yeah,
it's so
yeah, yeah,
obvious
yeah.
what he's trying to do, how it's going to work.
Yeah,
You know,
well,
there's nothing confusing about maybe his method or
no,
motives.
he's
Yeah.
sitting in bean dip because he's a stuntman. Let's roll the tape.
I'm spending 24 hours in this tub of bean dip for Los Toros. I just think we have a golden opportunity to grab the bull by the horn and support
Nice.
local businesses in a big, explosive way. Why not?
Why not?
So now people are, because from 3 to 9 is like when people be eating and stuff.
I'm really trying to temper out what I actually eat.
What? So yeah,
So
we're
you don't run into any.
I personally believe that small businesses are the backbone of the nation.
Look, for a little context, right now we're watching this video of a very cool looking guy. He's wearing a state of California cowboy hat. He has his Los Toros face mask on, which is the name of the restaurant he's trying to save. Looks like he's in some sort of like fishing waders, and he's in a inflatable pool filled with beans. They look like white beans or something. It's like a very
Yeah, they don't look like good beans.
It doesn't look like beans almost.
Presumably,
probably
they're
not
not
using-
beans from Los Toros.
Yeah, they're probably not using their best beans.
Well, they triple cleaned. I just realized that the bag of beans is right beside him.
Yeah.
El Rey del Frio.
But anyway, so yeah, there's this guy. His name's Hunter Ray Barker, and he is trying to do a little stunt in order to raise awareness about his favorite local restaurant. Let's see here. Yeah, his idea stunned Nicholas Montano, the owner of Los Toros, which was founded in 1967 in the Chatsworth community in Northwest Los Angeles. And so, yeah, basically, but he seems interested not only in saving this restaurant, but local businesses in general. And so I think this is an interesting project.
Absolutely.
Yeah, so the article goes on here. So Barker, that's the guy, Hunter Ray Barker. Barker's devotion does not waver even when nature calls. The big thing that people asked was, what are you going to do when it comes to going to the restroom? He recalled while soaking in his original bean dip recipe. I do have a funnel that's connected to me right now. So anytime I have to go number one, that is connected to a bag that's attached to my body. For number two, that's a different story. We will just have to wait and see.
He's pooing in the beans.
He's shitting in the beans.
Yeah, there's
I don't know
shit
if this
in
is
the
actually a
beans.
great like optics for this restaurant of a man shitting in beans outside.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Also, when I was watching this video, I saw just briefly there was like a spoon. There's a spoon right next to him,
So he's
which kind of makes me
cool.
feel like they may be serving this.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at the Google reviews for Los Toros Mexican restaurant in Chatsworth, California.
Yes.
And one of the more recent reviews is a 2-star review by Zachary Allende.
Okay.
When they get it right, it's amazing food. But now twice have gotten cold food that wasn't correct with watered down bean dip.
Oh,
Very
no.
disappointed. And the owner has responded, Zachary, our bean dip is what we're known for.
Oh,
That is unacceptable that our dip wasn't excellent. What say we give you some dip to take home on your next visit?
okay.
We'll make sure it's up to par.
Wow.
Nice.
Okay,
So
well,
they saved it.
yeah,
Yeah.
they did say
Good
that.
service, but it
was-
is a little concerning that there seems to be some kind of issue with like the bean dip.
Yeah, did they say it was watery?
Watered down.
Yeah, watered down.
Well, no wonder it's coming from a pool.
Yeah, there's a guy hanging out in it.
There's somebody peeing in a
And pooing in the beans.
Oh my God. Well, I mean, it is. Hey, listen, it's working. Okay, we're talking about Los Toros.
That's true. We are talking about it. I'm giving them hits on
Yep.
Google results searching.
Yeah, and yeah. So Barker, did I say Baker earlier? It's Barker. Support for small business hurting in the pandemic impressed Los Toros customers and passerby. It just mentioned one passerby. Rick Brantley, a diner, says he's going to sit in that for 24 hours. It's totally crazy. I wouldn't do it, but you know what? If it's going to help Los Toros in the community, I'm all for it. Rick Brantley not saying anything controversial there. He's very
He's a very the ends justify the means kind of guy.
exactly.
Yeah.
He does not care that somebody is sitting in the bean dip,
Yeah.
which they're known for.
They're known
So.
for. I'm seeing another review that says that their bean dip they're famous for, but this time it was very thick, not very hot, and given in all caps a very small bowl.
Whoa.
So there's a really huge issue with the consistency of this
Yeah,
bean dip.
yeah, it's all over the place. It's like
Yeah,
heaven
it's
and
like-
hell are contained within this bean dip.
Yeah, and it's like there's either the bowl is too small or it's in a pool
Or it's in a-
that's-
yeah.
it has a human in it or
Yeah.
like it's
very
fucking nuts. over
controversial.
there.
Feces.
Absolutely
very kind
nuts.
Of very ever evolving, very complex.
Yeah. So best of
Yeah.
luck to small business Los Toros in Chatsworth, north of LA in Porno Valley.
Right. And
That-
the reason we like this story so much is that this guy, he's a hero because he sees something happening in his community and he's trying to, fix it.
Yeah.
It's very important that everyone supports small businesses. This is the one sort of like unquestionable sentence that everyone says all the time.
Yep.
So if there's a business in your area that's not being supported, it's up to you to order their most popular thing 3,000 times and fill it with a swimming pool with it.
Yes.
And then sit in it.
Yes.
We're starting a movement. That's
exactly.
It's going to spread like wildfire.
It's called the Small Business Challenge, and you
attach a funnel to your anus.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you sit in things.
Yeah.
Just don't do it if it's like a nail business or anything like that.
No, or cement.
Yeah.
Right.
But we still have to support our cement small business. All right, there we go, guys. That's the news. That's what's in the news this week. But it's not over. We do one more thing before we go. This is something we've been doing past few weeks now, and I think it's been helping. Let's see where we're at now. Let's look at last week's numbers.
What are they looking like, Ron?
All right, guys. We're down 22%.
Oh, God.
I wanted to get. We originally had a goal of like 86 listens.
Yep.
We got 79 this week.
Okay.
I hate to hear
So
Last week we got 80. So one person didn't listen.
stopped. They stopped listening. One person. We're gonna
They
go
hated
through
our Animal House episode.
We're gonna go through the metadata and find out who you are, find out your IP, and we're gonna send you a gift
We're gonna
basket.
DDoS too.
No, we're gonna send you some soaps and fragrances and some. other stuff.
No. Because then everyone's gonna stop listening to get free gift baskets.
Well, we're generous
tons.
people, John.
We have tons
We
of
have
gifts.
to do these things.
John, you do not know how much soap we need to get rid of. Stop,
John.
trying
We need to get rid of like a whole pallet of the stuff by next week, or we're in big trouble.
It smells great, but we need to get rid of it. So let's look at the dashboard. I know that last week we said that yesterday's downloads doesn't matter, but that seems to be where we got a lot of downloads. It seems like people knew that this section was coming, so they're like, shit, we got to listen.
Yeah.
Yesterday we had 21 downloads. That's nice.
Nice.
Last 7 days, 131. So
Oh yeah, that's pretty.
is
good.
that good? Like,
Yeah. I'm
yeah.
satisfied with that number. I mean, but of course I want more. But I mean, I don't feel empty and in despair over those
You don't feel like
numbers.
the recording was a huge waste of time?
No, not at all. Not at all.
Okay.
I'm
Oh, good.
I'm satisfied.
Okay, good. Just checking. So last 7 days, 131. Last 30 days, 613. That's nice. That seems
Yeah,
good.
that's a good.
My
number.
favorite thing about this view is that it's just numbers.
Yeah. I have no idea what any of them mean.
Yeah. No, I don't want to know.
No, me either. But all-time downloads, 1,718.
Oh yeah.
Listen,
Oh, yeah.
let's do this. Do you think we can make it to 2,000 all-time downloads next week?
I'm probably not, honestly.
Probably not.
No, I know.
We'll probably be around 18 though. We'll
Yeah.
be close to 18. Let's push for 1,800. We can do
Okay.
that. Just download.
we can-
Everyone who's listening, just download a bunch of episodes.
Just come
Yeah.
on,
Well, actually, no.
do
Let's
it.
push for 1776. Let's go there first.
Yes.
We want to break 1776 just because we're all about Independence Day and
Yep.
not really, but our own Independence Day, which was the beginning of this podcast. And
Right. Which we
yeah,
when we liberated ourselves
yeah,
Yep.
from
from something.
something.
From
But
other
anyway,
podcasts that
From
we
other
did.
cut. Yeah,
Let's keep it going. Keep sharing. Tell your friends. Tell your teachers. Your neighbors. Your great
Tell your
grandparents,
baristas.
Your pastors, your union organizers,
your congregation. Share
your
it.
shop
Share it in your
steward.
next Sunday's sermon. Talk about it.
Yeah. Your UPS delivery guy.
Yep.
Flag him
FedEx,
down.
DHL.
They all have headphones. They listen to stuff all day.
Yeah, especially exactly.
If you know
Well,
a
we should
trucker,
probably push for like parcel services, couriers. That should be like our number one market reach.
And truckers. Yeah, truckers.
yeah, truckers. Yeah. We'll do some targeted
Let's
ads.
rebrand as a
Yeah.
trucker podcast.
Yeah.
I mean,
what are we
yeah,
thinking?
We're basically a trucker podcast. We're basically for truckers.
This
Yeah,
is a
it's
trucker
true.
podcast.
Borders.
Yeah, we're talking about borders. I said the
Drug
I-5
smuggling.
corridor earlier.
Yeah, it's
or
so
something.
true. Yeah,
Whoa, we're
drug
trucker
smuggling.
podcast.
Yeah, whoa.
This is
What
a
a stunning
transportation.
realization. Yeah.
This is a transportation podcast for truck drivers.
This is a truck driver podcast, and it's also a big like introspective podcast because we just realized something about ourselves today.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
true,
yeah.
We're big on
Introspective, long
smuggling,
haulers.
drugs, introspection. Yeah.
So do you know what? Actually, this made all the numbers wash right over me in a good way. You know, like we
Yeah.
may be down 22%, but now that I just realized that we're a podcast for truckers, like it makes sense. I should find some of my favorite trucking YouTube
Yes.
people because I do have a few. John,
Can we get a
I
shout out?
believe-
What's his name?
I forget the guy's name,
I
but
do too.
you've seen me interact with him.
I've heard him say my name specifically because you requested that he give me a shout out.
Well, that's what I love to do. I love to pull up a live stream, put it on some big speakers when somebody's doing something, and get the live streamer to say my friends' names.
Yeah.
And it kind of gets them off guard. So I'm going to find some trucking people. Okay, I'm going to tell them about our trucking podcast and see if they're going to listen, and maybe we can get up to 1776 on
Yes.
all-time
Yes.
downloads. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for listening. Devin,
Thank you.
thank you. John,
Thank you.
thank you. And we will see you in your ears. We will see the inside of your ears next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.